How's it going, guys? Welcome back, welcome aboard. My name is Boran, and currently right now is happy Saturday to everybody. It is the weekend. I'm not streaming today. Most likely I won't be streaming tomorrow as well. I just finished the edit of my map guide after the beta in AutoChess Moba. I worked a lot today on videos and I had an idea before. I'm going to prepare a video about all the heroes available after the beta in AutoChess Moba. But before I do that, I think we have to talk about the questionnaire. Even if it's outdated, as you can see, they say it was valid until the 25th of October. Today is the 29th, but I didn't have the capacity to just fill it out. So I thought I will check on it if it's available or not, and actually it looks like that it's available. So I think I will make a video about it because this will be a good opportunity to just talk through all my experiences with AutoChess Moba and my expectations after closing the beta on this Tuesday. This Tuesday I didn't know the time when the soft launch will be, but they announced it. It is going to happen, for now at least, on the 1st of December. So that means that the team realized that maybe they have more than enough or even more bugs, stuff to improve, to fix and so on. And of course they have to create the iOS as well. I don't know how far ahead they are in the iOS works, but they should be ready to have two working applications, one for Android, one for iOS, without big issues for 1st of December. Otherwise, if they are announcing a soft launch that they're coming out with a half-ready product, there is no marketing in the world that can save a bad product from being shit-talked. I'm pretty sure, or at least I hope, that they won't do a huge error on this thing. I think it is okay to postpone the soft launch, even if they see the progress is not good. I really hope this is the case, since they already told before that the soft launch is expected early winter. Well, December the 1st is actually the start of the meteorologic winter, at least here. So I think they can shift it further ahead as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they would push it back, I don't know, for Chinese New Year into January or something like that. Let's just fill out the questionnaire and talk about the game itself. Official questionnaire, Mr. Boran. Okay, what's your age? Surprise, surprise. Yeah. What's your gender? It's funny that they don't have a checkbox that who cares. Your experience with MOBA games. Well, as you might know, I don't have any experiences. So far, I think I haven't played Dota at all. I've seen Dota matches, but that's it. Right now, I'm following the international as well. Tomorrow is going to be the big final days. But I started to follow Dota because of AutoChess Moba actually, and because everybody told me that it is really similar. I played, I think, more or less 50 games in League of Legends because I saw the hype around League of Legends as well, and I wanted to check out what it is all about. It was too much for me to consume, so I just let it go. I saw it is too time consuming and I wasn't like really tempted to play it. I wasn't convinced that it's my type of game. So actually this is the first game, official mobile game, that I'm playing or I expect to play. And I'm playing this because of I really like AutoChess and I really like the characters and so on. And it is interesting to participate in a project which is just starting now, right? As a hobby content creator as well, just like as a player. So my experiences with mobile games, I just played one or two mobile games. So that's it. And none of them were mobile. How did you get to know AutoChess Moba? So they are basically talking about platforms. So they are testing the platforms, which is having the biggest impact. I think they can see the numbers as well. But hey, they are asking it anyways. I think the first time I heard about it, it was about YouTube. I saw a video about it when I was playing AutoChess and they announced that they are working on a mobile game. That was the first time that I heard about it. But since then I'm following the Facebook. I really like their Facebook feed because they are providing really good updates. And the other place where I'm really active is the official Discord channel. I really like these two. I really like the concept and providing information about basic game mechanics or equipment and so on. So keep up with that, Drodo. I really like that. That's a thumbs up from me. How often do you play ACM? Well, I would say if there would be like a not that busy week, I would go for 4-6 days as well, to just push in like every day some games, like 3 or 4. During the testing period, sometimes I made it like this. I think I tested for 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. If I check out the average that I have and the reality that I'm gonna have, it's rather 1-3, but it lays on the upper end of this thing. What attracts you the most in AutoChess Moba? You can choose more than one. Nice. The art style? Actually, I will give this one a tick. I really like the models of AutoChess. I really like the style of it. I'm not a huge fan of the concept arts that they are providing for AutoChess Moba, but the models and the art of the actual game, which is AutoChess and Moba as well, I think is really cool. I always told this that the biggest selling point I think for them are the graphics and skins and so on. I really adore the style that they're doing and they are having. I really hope they will continue and they will introduce awesome character schemes and skins. What I don't like about the art style, and which was really, I don't know, I wouldn't say disgusting for me, I would just say that it was really lame that they were introducing those skins into AutoChess, where you basically had a bikini manga girl for every single piece almost, or it looks like they're introducing it for every single piece. But I don't know why would I need a manga anime girl skin for Sage. It's not even close to Sage. It's not about the character. They are completely changing the character of that piece. For me, it is not in the spirit of the game, spirit of the AutoChess, which is like different characters, different styles, different attributes, right? It is just like bullshit with capital letters. I can understand if that sells better, because I don't know, a lot of anime fans out there and they're really like those skins, but I'm not one of those, so I will always underline this thing that I think that's not good, and I really hope those skins won't be introduced on the mobile side. However, as far as I know, Drodo, they will be, so we cannot avoid those. The hero setting. I don't know what they are thinking about the hero setting. If they are talking about the hero setting like the setups or the character designs or the skills and so on, since I don't have a lot of experience with mobile games, I cannot tell that I really like that one is attracting. I'm playing it because of AutoChess. The item design. The item design is really hard to swallow. Of course, the item design is similar to the 3-level one in AutoChess, with just having ultimate items as well. So it is not 3 levels, but 4 levels. I know in Dota there is actually like 5 tiers or something, but I wouldn't say that I'm attracted to AutoChess Moba because of the items. That's a weird answer to give, right? The special gameplay and mechanism. I wouldn't say that this one attracts me neither, because I've heard that there are a lot of mechanisms that are just basically copy-pasted from Dota. I wouldn't say they are special. I think they just take over plenty of those, and that's it. Let me just fill this one here, the other one. That's it. I don't know why they didn't mention the fact that it comes from AutoChess. I think that was the biggest attraction for me. Would you like to recommend AutoChess Moba to others? Right now, after the beta, I was talking to one of my friends who is playing MOBAs, and I think I mentioned the AutoChess Moba for him, but I didn't recommend it to him. Not like I was counter recommending or not recommending it, but I wasn't like going out that, okay, you should play this because this is great. I was talking about that it's beta. I was talking about that it has flaws, major flaws, and it's work in progress basically. I think it doesn't matter at this stage if I'm recommending it to others or not, because it's a testing phase. I know plenty of people who don't care about testing, so I wouldn't recommend a tested or a beta or just a game which is right now not available to play. why would I recommend it? So right now I think it doesn't matter. Let's ask me after 1 or 2 seasons and we will be able to talk about that a bit longer. Which of the following items do you prefer to acquire? You can choose more than one. Hero skins. I think those are great because those are a way to customize your gameplay basically. I really like the scout guards. I just jumped over the scout guards because I think that's a fun way. You had the chess player in AutoChess. They can just basically copy paste those skins to here with special effects and so on. They are not doing a lot of things, but that's a fine way. What I wanted to mention here, the special chess players. I don't know what chess player will mean because I think we've seen the chess players only when you were visiting somebody's page or somebody's profile. So I don't think that matters a lot. Avatars and avatar frames, I really hate the avatar and avatar frame spam that they have. That's basically something that you are giving just to give something, but it doesn't worth too much. So it is what it is, but I won't take it in. And chat voices and emojis, I didn't try any chat voices during the beta. You can imagine why. Because I don't need them and I have basically the whole game muted except the announcer, I think, and basic effects. I think skill effects, I have those unmuted, but otherwise I couldn't stand after like 2 or 3 games the music, the menu music basically, which was during the battle. So I just shut down every single music and voice other than the announcer and the special effects. How do you usually play AutoChess Moba? I'm soloing, I'm streaming. Sometimes I'm just sitting down after a long day and I want to put in some games. So I'm just soloing. Of course I teamed up with some viewers time after time. I wouldn't call myself as a team player. So I don't have like a regular teaming partner. I'm teaming whoever I want with, but I'm a regular solo player. What do you think of the current game pace? Too slow, proper, too quick? I would say it's proper. I would guess that the average game time can be between 20 and 30 minutes. For a mobile game, I think that's fine. I see some parts in the game, for example, when the effects are on and you have different effects down below in the middle with really small icons displayed that are already, I think, the game, it's a bit overcrowded for a mobile game itself. So if we are expecting to have a mobile game which can handle the same things that Dota can handle on a PC, I don't think we are going into the right direction. If we are expecting people playing a mobile game for 40 or 60 minutes, then we are not going into the good direction. That was partly one of my biggest issue with AutoChess itself, that the games usually lasted for 30 or 40 minutes. I had to edit plenty of my games to just have it out in YouTube because they were really long to watch. Of course, after a while you won't speak a lot during the games, or you will just chit chat. Sometimes it's really interesting, but sometimes it's not. So you can cut out a lot. And sometimes I just started my videos from round 15 with the basic items and so, or I just jumped to interesting rounds and so. I think if they will keep it as it is, so keeping 15 levels on the heroes, not allowing them to escalate it further with different stuff, just like the Dota is having different knowledges, or I don't know how they're called. They can basically reach much higher levels than here. This 15 levels is more than enough. If people are maxing out their levels, I think the econ will max out quite easily as well, because you are getting money for everything. And since the econ will max out easily, the equipments will max out easily, we will see an interesting team battle mobile game. If everybody max out, then it will be all about drafting, counterplaying, maneuvering, and just proper vision and so on. So I think it will be really interesting in strategic wise, and people won't be interested in playing really long games. If we will have a proper solo ranked system, let's just mention that it should be proper. So if it will be equal, you won't be interested in long games. So you want to just win and you just want to avoid lose. And that's it. And I think if we are keeping it that simple, it should be fine. I wouldn't say that it's too slow because under 10 minutes, I don't think game will end. However, I think with plenty of team fights, pieces can be slowed down to a stage, or at least the friendly cup that I saw during the beta test. Teams were slowed down to a stage where they could get like 3 or 4 stage differences between heroes. So somebody was like level 12, level 11, and the other team was like level 8, level 9. And that means a lot, like huge difference then. And I think at this stage, people will be interested to just end it up. And if they can get the kills, then they can push it. I definitely like that we have less turrets. We just have 3 for every single lane, and as soon as the tier 3 falls, you can go for the throne, so you don't have to bother about tier 4s or whatever. This provides you a quite good gameplay pace. How would you rate the user interaction design of ACM? I haven't played a lot on mobile because I was playing it on BlueStacks on PC, not with my hands but with mouse and the keyboard. But what I've seen, and I've tested it I think twice or 3 times, I played 3 or 4 battles on my phone. I'm not a huge mobile player, so I don't know if these things are feeling really familiar for mobile gamers or not. And the other thing is that I have sausage fingers. This is why I'm not playing on mobile, these mobile games. And the other issue is to be able to stream it conveniently from my PC, right? I would give them a 4 out of 5. It feels really, really good that you can set up different things. For example, if you don't like something, you can change up in the settings. And they have plenty of experience of this thing, I think, from AutoChess, but they had to implement plenty of buttons here. I think with my sausage fingers, I would misstep plenty of those. However, for those who are really used to mobile games, I think they can manage it. And they will be very happy to have all that customization opportunities to just get a better user-friendly layout for themselves and put in plenty of hours. I will be interested what huge mobile players will tell about this thing. What role do you usually play? Since I'm not a huge mobile player, I would say that I tried laning and roaming, and I didn't try support because I was playing with AIs mostly, and I'm playing solo, right? So like supporting whatever I get next to me is, I think this is the next level step, and jungling and playing lanes is the basic learning stuff, so I did this. So I would say like I'm doing this. Please choose your favorite heroes. Here's the thing, you can choose only one, which is weird. I won't say that I played them all. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time to play that. I don't know. I'm hesitating between Swordsman and Servant, but I think I will go for Sunchaser's Servant because I think that's a really fun character. Servant doesn't have a boring skill. Not any of those is boring. I mean, getting buff, getting speed, getting that rush which penetrates everything, and getting shield with speed. Again, I mean, man. That thing is just crazy good, I think. I think I will play that as a carry as well, because I feel that it is really flexible. And my other choice is Swordsman, because Swordsman is really tanky. It can dash out plenty of physical damage, and it is just crazy good. You can set up and go after different heroes as well. I wouldn't say Monkey, because Monkey is just really easy to play, I think. Plenty of people will go for monkey carries, and I wouldn't say Eagers' Ranger or Door Sniper either, because a lot of people were testing only those things to dash out plenty of damage against the bots. But it is what it is. How would you... Sunchaser's Servant. Oh, it's a question for that. How would you rate the performance of this hero? Wow. The art style. I really like the art style because it is from AutoChess, right? The ability design is 5 out of 5. I think it's really not boring, so it is awesome. The hero strength, I'm giving it a 4 because I think it should be strong, but I think there will be, for example, the monkey, the dominator, which will be just simply stronger. And you cannot do anything against those, right? Because there will be like brutal hard carries like Eagers' Ranger, Monkey. Sacred can be played like that as well. I cannot like compare these things to those, but since I have to, then I will say it's 4 out of 5 in strength. How hard it is to use the hero? I would say it's not that hard. If this would be hard, then it would be a 5. This would be very easy. I would say it is like situational. So let's go like this. You can understand the hero quite well, but it has that depth to it, which makes it not that easy to play, but to see the situation where you can use the skills, right? How smooth it is to use the hero, I think it's awesome. So this guy just leads itself. So it is awesome. I really like it. Why do you like this hero? Can choose more than one. The hero is OP. I guess the Eagers' Ranger players will take that one, right? The hero is pretty. Definitely not for that. The hero is interesting and fun to play. That is the reason. I think this is what we want most of the time, or at least as a casual gamer, and I'm not like a highly ranked pro player or whatever. As a casual player, I'm looking for fun, I'm looking for interesting gameplay which I can handle and which I can understand and which is really joyful and can make my day after a very bad day in the office. So this is what I'm looking for. Please rate the degree of influence of the following mechanisms on the result of the game. I think the day and night system doesn't influence anything, since the day and night system is there for everybody, so we can take it out from the equation basically. I cannot see why would it be like different if we would have only daylight, and what would influence if we are having longer nights or shorter nights. So I think this is something that we can take out of the comparison basically from both sides. Archaic Overlord. Here's the deal. Against the bots, we didn't butcher the Archaic Overlord at all. The 5v5 matches were what I saw, and since there is no revival available right now, from a strategic standpoint and from strength perspective, the Archaic Overlord drop, the revival, it is quite important to use, because that makes you have 6 people instead of 5 against 5. So if you can get a kill before getting into a base fight or something like that, you can go basically 6v4. You will get the revival because of that thing, and you have to use it, because in 3 minutes it will like evaporate, it will be gone, right? You have to use it, you have to go for it. I think it is a really good mechanism to just bring out the game from that stalemate situations where you have something available. So it is a junction on the map where you have to go for, and you will have quite decent bounty for that, right? And it's not that hard to beat, I think. Late game people can solo it. If it will be butchered like 4 times, it will scale up to 20k HP. It will be harder, but I cannot see why, for example, like 3 or 4 heroes couldn't take it out quite easily with only base attacks. Reverse spell and beacon. I think the beacon is quite strong strategic wise, because if you are in late game, for example, if you are losing the beacon from your side, it's not only like not getting money for it, but you will lose a strategic point next to your base where they can teleport into, and they can come from the fountain and decide that they will teleport into your jungle onto that beacon that they got. They will have some vision as well there, and they will be able to just get there really quickly with the loss of your beacon, for example. So I think the beacon is really important, and it is important to just buff the minions as well. So you can buff the minions with the beacon sometimes, and of course it gives you gold. So I don't see the beacon as an opportunity or something to just fight for. I see the beacon on your side as a must-have, and I see the beacon on the other side as a would be great to have. This is definitely 4 out of 5. And the reverse spell, I think I will give it a 3, because you won't lose a game because of a reverse spell not taken. Every 2 minutes you will have that reverse spell there, for 10 people of course. not for 1 but for 10. So it will create again intersection between the teams, a junction where you can meet the enemy, but I don't think they will take the fights for it. It is really good because it refills the battle, but it won't decide anything. It is so random with the attack potion, the speed potion, or the recovery potion that I don't think you can fit it into a strategic choice or a strategic plan that you will take the reverse spell and so on. But of course the mid player will go over there, or maybe the roamer will go there to just pick it up, even if it's not for refills, but just to take it away from the other team, then they will do so. So I think it's 4 out of 5 for beacon, 3 out of 5 for reverse spell, which I call just potions, 5 out of 5 for archaic overlord, which we couldn't test during the beta, but I've seen it in 5v5, and the day and night system, I don't think that influences anything. What do you think needs to be optimized the most? Can choose more than one. The art style? No, I don't think that we have any issue with it. The stats and balance? I think they have to work on it. I've collected the heroes and the types. I've dig out some data. Plenty of heroes are having the same stats. I would love to see a bigger variety than, like, for example, like 5 or 6 type of heroes having the same stats all over the place and having different skills. I don't think that's a good character design. I don't know how it is in different MOBAs, but I think this was only for the sake of beta test, or at least I hope. I hope they will give different attributes for every single piece, just like they did in AutoChess, and after that they can balance it quite a bit, because you will be able to create much more interesting setups with different characters by just only mixing up the HPs, for example, between the tanks, or just not giving that marksman that much armor, because having Eagers Ranger and Door Sniper among the second best armor in the game is ridiculous, and this is what makes them really OP. They are just dashing out the DPS from behind, the physical DPS, and they even have armor with them. It's just ridiculous. So stats and balance, definitely. The interaction design of the game, I think it's fine. The only thing that is a bit off-putting, I think, is the archaic overlord bounty that you get, the revival. It's sketchy and off-putting, and maybe they could pimp up the potions as well. That's it, because they are lying on the floor, but the potions are definitely looking better than the archaic overlord drop. So I think the archaic overlord drop should be a bit reworked or something like that. The operation of heroes and the ability casting experience, you can always work on this thing. One thing to mention, the UI had sometimes, first of all, I really like that you will have one words next to every single skill to just remind you as a aid that which skill is which one does what. But these one words are usually underneath the button that you are pushing, so you won't see it, or you cannot read it. Sometimes you can read it, sometimes you cannot. So I think there should be an optimized way to just present those in a better way. And what should be optimized the most? Missed something here. The two biggest issues during the whole beta test was hardware optimization. Plenty of people were coming to the Discord server shouting out loud that they have really good phones, but the phones are dropping frames. It is not because the servers, because they didn't have a huge server lag, but I think the application uses a lot of resource. They have to dig into the code to just make this one much more economical. First of all, they will miss plenty of people who cannot afford a really good phone to run this thing. Right? And I think there is a huge opportunity, because almost everybody in plenty of countries are having a phone in their hands, right? We definitely have more phones in the world than laptops, for example, or PCs, I believe, or for the target audience, right? So here's the thing, if they cannot run it, they won't play it. And here's the second thing, if they would be able to run it because they have really good phones, and they cannot run it smoothly because your code is quite bad, then they will have a better experience, and you will get what you will get on Google Play Store, right? You will get those bad ratings for yourself. this is something that has to be addressed. Plenty of people were quitting the beta just because they couldn't play it. It was really laggy for them. For me, when I was running the BlueStacks with only 2 gigabytes of memory allowed, the game was crashing. When I was upgrading the BlueStack to 4 gigabytes of RAM allowed, then it was running, but I sometimes almost crashed. So if 4 gigabytes of RAM is not enough for this game to run, I know that the world is like developing into a direction that we will have more and more RAMs in the phones as well. But right now, I would say that 4 gigs for everybody in the phones, I don't think that's expectable. I would like downgrade it pretty much to 2 gigs or something, or at least give more options, more graphical options to make it easier to run. You have plenty of options there in AutoChess, for example, to downgrade the graphics, to downgrade the FPS. We didn't have a lot of options right now in the beta. I think we had just 3 options for the graphics, 2 options for the FPSs, 30 or 60, and that's it. You have to give more than if this is not enough to downgrade your game to a playable state, right? And the other thing, the matchmaking bug. If it will bug out like this, we had plenty of bugs. I ran into it every single day when I sat down to play. I think I didn't have one day where I didn't bug out at least once. It was the thing that you got into a matchmaker, the matchmaker told you that it's 10 out of 10 after you accepted, of course, and it didn't start off. And after that, the matchmaker said that the matchup failed, and you cannot cancel the matchmaker, or you cannot go into the matchmaker again because it said that the team is in battle already. And if you restarted the game and you wanted to go into ranked again, you couldn't go because it said you're in a match. I thought it's a bug by just not letting me inside, and I realized that after 20 or 30 minutes I can get into it. So after this I realized, okay, let me just check out the history. And oh boy, I saw the history, and the history was showing that I was playing in those games, but I wasn't in that game. So the matchmaker put me in there. I guess I was substituted with a bot. I couldn't get into the game because the the matchmaker just dropped me out, and I didn't have a rejoin button. My battle was underway, and we didn't have a rejoin option to get into the battle. I think that was the most ridiculous one, that we couldn't rejoin our battle, which was interrupted because of this bug. Even if we have this bug, that it will drop me out of the match every single day, but if we would have a button which says that you can rejoin and it would be able to rejoin, I wouldn't care about this bug. But since we don't have, I'm really afraid that if this one won't be corrected or patched, then the whole game will be like useless. I really hope these two are the things. I think the second one is the easiest one. The first one might be bigger bite, but hey, if they are just making downgrade options for the graphics, it will be quite easy, I think. If they are digging into the code, then it will be quite time consuming. But I think these two only would be enough to work on until December the 1st, and the other two here, like Operation of Heroes and Stats Balance, that comes after. First, hardware optimization, matchmaking bug. These two, if you can fix this one, then it's fine, and that's it. Other suggestions and feedback, I'm fine. Let's give them the feedback of the return button. Yeah, let's put it like this, and I really hope they will read it as well. Send. That's it, guys. I think this was the questionnaire. I don't think it will matter to them, but at least I made a video about it and I put it out onto YouTube. At least I was able to talk about it. I could give you my ideas about the whole beta, this 2, 3, 4 weeks that I spent here in the realms of AutoChess Moba. I think we will get, I really hope we will get some additional information until December the 1st. We have one whole month until that, so it's like 33 days or something like that. I really hope we will get some progress. I'm pretty sure they will announce the soft launch with some additional characters, but right now they have 25 in the game, so there is an opportunity that they will just keep these characters and won't add any extra. I'm pretty sure we will get an additional shop into the game, which will work fine because of course they want to make profit, right? I really hope the equipment list will be much more available, so you shouldn't go into a hero and check out after that. And yeah, I really hope that the matchmaker bug will be gone and we will be able to rejoin the battles, run this application on various devices, even which are not having 4 GB of RAM. So guys, that was it for today. Let me know into the comments if you played with the beta or if you played with the MOBA at all. What are your ideas about the game? Even if you didn't play with it, I think you saw some of my videos. Let me know in the comments what are your expectations of this game and what are your opinions on this game. Of course, stay safe, stay healthy, stay awesome. It was Born. I'm out.